All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Kendra Crump Show, aka the HNIC Show. Y'all better know what that is. If you don't, you are too young for me. So stay out of my DMs. Anyway, uh, this next guest that I'm bringing on, this beautiful individual has a black card. Not too many people I know has a black card. Okay, this individual has more hoes than Ludacris back in his heyday. Anyway,
Okay.
hoes in different area codes. This individual is just all chocolatey. The chocolate melts off the body and onto you.
Okay.
Look, this individual has managed Michael Jackson back in the day. All right, manage mystical danger. Okay. All right. With all that being said, I want to invite the beautiful Diamond Kesawn. How we doing today?
Hey, Kendra, Mimi, what's going on?
You like my little introduction I did for you?
So let's do it like this. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Diamond Kesawn. I'm back at it, doing what I do best. Promising you three things: the latest, the greatest, nothing about the exclusive. And tonight, we about to take over the HNIC show. Do you hear me?
That's right. Oh, you know
Baby,
what? I like
because
that.
the HNIC is teamed up with the HBIC. Okay. So what's that?
First off, thank you so much for, wanting to be a part, well, actually gracing me with your presence. How about that? Thank you
for having me.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. First off, all right. So, one thing I will say, people are like, Kendra, how the hell do you keep meeting all these people? Well, I just keep having to say the same thing. It's always God. God tells me to do something, I go and do it. And that's it. And I'm pretty sure because you have a good relationship with God, you are where you are. You are a millionaire. No, a billionaire.
Speaking into existence, I receive it.
So so let's start. So where are you, for all the followers and listeners and everything, where are you originally from?
Originally, and I don't tell too many people the honest truth.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts.
Go Celtics and Patriots. Woo woo.
Hello, all day, yes.
Okay, all right. So I've never been to Boston. I would like to go in the summertime. I don't do cold weather. So how was it for you, like, growing up in Boston?
You see that wall behind you?
Yes, I do.
That's what it was like growing up in Boston. So I grew up, so I'll be honest. I grew up at a time, so I'm old as shit, y'all. So I grew up in the early 90s. And I grew up at a time where Bloods and Crips were, like, serious on the East Coast and the West Coast.
Okay.
So, of course, with Boston being on the East Coast, it was a heavy gang presence. Mm-hmm. So, like, my childhood, we really didn't, like, play outside or anything like that because there was so much gang violence going on in the neighborhood. I'm from the hood. Don't get it twisted. Holler Rody. So I grew up in church. Like, my life was school, home, and church. That's all I knew.
Got it.
When I became a teenager, of course, I started to run the streets some, but because of my upbringing, I didn't hang like my friends were hanging, if that makes sense.
I got it.
So, I had my fun, skating rink, movie theater, parties here and there. The normal stuff, but I didn't dabble in, like, the drugs, and I wasn't sleeping around. Like, I've always been cut from a different cloth. No shade, all shade, but no shade. But I knew at an early age I wasn't meant to be in Boston. So I left Boston when I was 19.
Okay. Wow. Well, look, we the same way.
Away.
So where'd you run to?
So originally I went to Rhode Island.
Okay.
I just wanted to test, could I be on my own?
I
was young. I wanted to see. So I was far enough that wasn't nobody popping up, because Rhode Island's like a 45-minute ride outside of Boston. Mm-hmm. So I was far enough that wasn't nobody popping up. I was close enough that if a bitch got hungry, a bitch could go home, okay? So don't get pissing. So I spent a year in Rhode Island, and then I moved to Baltimore. True Tea. It's a book called Be More Careful. If you ever have a chance to read, if you're a reader, you have to read Be More Careful. I read that book, and because of that book, I had to move to Baltimore.
Got it. You know what? And let me say this: when it came, like, as far as what you mentioned, like, with your background, it's pretty much the same with me. Like, my mom, evangelist, so everything was a sin. I couldn't, look, if I wanted to get around, I couldn't. I never got a chance to joyride. I've always wanted to do that. I always wanted to sneak out or sneak some people in. It's to the point now, when I get my own home, I'm just going to sneak somebody in. I'm like, look, can we pretend that we 16 years old? Let me sneak you in. Like, we got to be quiet. I'm going to pretend to do that.
Come through the back door real quick.
So no,
and
that's cool.
Funny you say that, because my grandmother, growing up, she was like the superintendent of Sunday school or something.
Oh wow, okay.
So like growing up, I didn't even have a name. Like I was Missionary Cooper's grandbaby. Like you ain't got no name. You her grandbaby. Like
got it.
You know because of who your grandmama is. And I was like, girl. So I had to make a name for myself. And
what was your name at that time? What was the name that came to you? What was something that was like, it just came to a dream and said, this is who I am now?
I was Mimi.
Okay, Mimi. The original one, not the one on Lies and Hip Hop. The original one.
Let me tell you, baby, no shade. I was Mimi because Mimi was so universal. It fit into any audience, if that makes sense.
It did.
And I was Mimi. And baby, I used to work at Walmart, right?
The 13th grade level of high school. Same here.
So I had that personality. This is back when Walmart had the door greeters. Hello. So you would come in, I got this name tag on that say Mimi, and I'm like, welcome to Walmart. That was me. I was the one, honey.
Did you ever try to do Def Comedy Jam? Did you ever, like...
You know what's funny? Unlike you, how you know you're funny, I don't think I'm funny.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Really?
So, you know this because we've talked numerous times. This is my natural personality. Like, I don't put on for nothing.
I love it.
This is me. So, I never thought I was funny because this is just me.
You know what? But those are the best. Like, I didn't think that I was funny until people were like, Kendra, you are just hilarious. Like, and no matter what I would say, I could give a look and people would still laugh. I'm like, let me just go pursue some comedy, I guess. I finally found something I guess I'm good at, so
it makes sense, but see, truth be told, I have stage fright.
You say you have what? Oh, you have stage fright. I kind of do as well. I like small crowds. I like small little groups, and I can perform. When it's a huge crowd, I'm like, I start sweating, everywhere.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, I have to definitely, I definitely have to get over that. I definitely have to get over,
You do, girl, because you probably hit the stage real soon. Soon as your cousin Rona leaves.
Oh, I thought that was your folks. I thought that was your kinfolk.
I don't know shit.
Let me ask you another question. When you mention about church, are there any scriptures that you like to live by, or do you like to read? Are there certain books that you try to, that keeps you very humble, very motivated? Is there a story, or do you have a favorite character in the Bible?
I do this Bible plan where you read the Bible in 365 days, and I do it over and over again, because every time I get into it, I learn something different.
Got it.
So for me, I love the story of Moses and how he was chosen to lead the people, and not just chosen to lead, but how he led. Yeah. There were many trials and tribulations. He wasn't perfect, but he was so dedicated to God. And it speaks volumes to who he was as a person, and then for what God did for him. So Moses, King Solomon, even though he was a troublemaker sometimes, but you you grow to find that you can relate to so many people. And for me, my biggest thing is to always do unto others as I want them to do.
Amen. Amen.
So I'm always like, how would I want to be? Like, if I would get mad at somebody, and before I beat you up, I'm gonna say to myself, if I did this, would I want them to beat me up? And baby, sometimes you gotta snatch a bitch from over the counter.
You do. No, but you look like you were Mike Tyson back in your heyday.
I mean, but no, like, I believe that if I'm good to people, God will be good to me.
Always.
One thing I always pray, I always say, God, continue to bless me so I can continue to be a blessing unto others.
Amen.
And that's what really holds me. I know that every blessing I get isn't meant for me only. Somehow I have to share it with someone, some people. You know, I'm always trying to be a vessel to give back.
And that's key. And I like that, because I can already tell, even within our first meeting, you know, how, you know, I really appreciated, number one, how you got back with me, you know, in a timely manner. Like, some people, you don't hear back from them until a pregnancy term. I'm like, I don't have time. I don't even want to work with y'all no more, because I feel like you have to treat, you never ever know how a person's doing. You never know. Like, I just treat everybody the same. Like, you like, what if by you responding back quickly, like, you know what, what's your cash app? Here is $1 million.
Right.
You never, or you can walk outside and end up finding a scratch off that's has a lot of money. You get the winning lottery ticket, or you end up getting your soulmate. You walk outside, y'all just both, oh wow, ooh, I'm smitten by you. Ooh, right. You know, so I think, like I said, I think with that being said, you know, it might not, because what I used to do was, I used to think, if I do something good for this person, something automatically has to happen back to me. And then I would get upset when it wasn't wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. And until someone said, Kendra, you can't think like that. Like, if you're going to do good and not expect nothing to come back. And sometimes when you do good, it's not always a financial way that comes back. It can come back in other ways. You can end up getting that job, or you can end up not getting fired from that job that you think that you don't need, but you really need it now. You know.
Hello. And you sitting there not working, not doing nothing, carrying, because you think they ain't gonna fire you.
Exactly. Now, when
you
when you mentioned Moses, was there a time where God instructed you to be a leader, and you were a leader, or were you kind of like running away from that, from trying to lead?
So, you know what's funny? In my everyday life, I'm a natural born leader. And I know a lot of people say that, but I mean it. So I always end up in a situation where I have to take point. Mm-hmm. And it's not even on purpose. Like, usually I know the routine, or I know what we're about to do, or I'm in control of whoever's schedule. Like, I just always seem to take point in certain things. And even when I'm not in the lead, I still somehow end up leading, if that makes sense.
That's right.
You know, and I definitely think there's a calling on my life. I think we all run from the calling at first because we don't quite understand it. But as you begin to understand it more, as you begin to accept what you were created for and what you're being molded for, you start to conform to what God has for you. That's real.
And I haven't found there was a time where I thought that I knew what my calling was, but now I'm not sure. I think right now I'm just continue to be the angel that I can be, you know, continue to show love, because like you said, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And it used to upset me when I'm sitting here like really nice. I'm over here talking to crackheads, over here trying to help them out, and then somebody, you know, cut me off in traffic, and I'm over here trying to, you know, get in the road rage. I'm like, Kendra, don't do that. And then one of my favorite scriptures of many is Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And I had to keep quoting that, because there are some people out there who really, hey, you know what? You don't know no better. Look, I made this Facebook status and I said, a lot of you all, I could tell that a lot of you all, as a child, you weren't grabbed by the arm as a child and whooped in a circle in the shows. A lot of these adults weren't. Well, they weren't, and it goes to show. But I can tell you have some good home training. I can tell Yeah. So was Walmart your very first job, or what was your very first job?
In Boston, it was a program. It was called BYCC.
Okay.
Boston Youth Community something, but it was that summer job program. So that was my first job, and I was walking around carrying rakes and shit, cleaning up parks. Now listen, I've been fat since I was a teenager, so I'm fat and black.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're luscious. You're luscious.
Girl, luscious girl. This a whole lot of luscious.
Somebody's lushing on that lush.
I was walking around hot, girl, just like all my life I had to fight. They got me carrying, and of course, like, it was a lot of females who worked there. I'm one of the few males, so I got all the tools on my back. Like, why you got to put on my back like I'm the old mule? Like, I'm just carrying. So that was...
Oh, my gosh.
I did that every year for, like, a couple years. Cause, like, you can start at, like, 13 or something crazy like that. So I did it. I did it for 13, 14, 15. And then 15, you go work at, like, the grocery stores as a bag bitch. I was bagging groceries, girl.
You were the bag. Did you get some? When you were bagging those groceries? Did you get some cute guys? Did you get the numbers? Were you like no?
I can't stand nobody. I was always talking shit. I'll be bagging your groceries like, what you about to cut? What's this for? What that taste like? You eat this? Like that was it was crazy, yo.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm gonna have to bring you back. I'm serious. You are a trip. I listen. You about to have everybody flood your page. Now don't be expecting because I know your DMs be flooded now. So don't get surprised if you get who's somebody fine? Billy D. Williams up in your DMs now. Okay. Anyway.
I like me an old good girl.
Me too.
Like a low cut Jesus with the D wave.
Wait, what song is that? I don't know that song.
Beyonce, definitely shout
Sorry. Wait. You gotta realize when the early 2000s, I was in elementary school. I wasn't allowed. I could not listen to secular music. Now mind you, okay. Little quick background about me. My mom, again, like I said, my mom was an evangelist. My dad was the one who worked in the music industry and stuff like that. So dad, if you're familiar with Warner Brothers, he worked in Sony, so he worked with them. So a lot of his artists, he had Bob Marley as his artist. I said, Dad, did you smoke big doobies with him? He's like, Kendra, get out of my face. So I don't know the answer to the question. He never told me. Anyway, so he liked Tupac. He worked with Prince and everything else. So Dad had us listening to the old school, music, which is why I have an old soul. I think I was born in the 70s, child. So my mom, my mama had me listen to like Fred Hammond and Kirk Franklin. And Kirk Franklin's the Puff Daddy of gospel, right? Anyway.
Made me clap my hands, made me wanna dance.
Stop. Right. So like I said, that to me, that was pretty much it. But so what is your dream? Since we're talking about when it talks about men, because you mentioned about thugs, I kind of like a little thug too, which is why I'm hoping rapper the game, Kesawn Taylor, if you hear me, I need you to respond back to my DM. I sent you on April 20th. Thank you, sir.
Oh my God, not the exact day. What you send at 3:20?
No, it was 1:38 in the morning. April 20th of this year at 1:38 in the morning.
Oh, you wanted some dick then?
No. This is what I wanted. No, this is what the DM says. DM said, hello. I'm very professional when I do stuff. I'm like, hello, my name is Kendra. I spelled it the correct way, not what everybody. Yes, the real fans know how my real name is spelled. A lot of y'all don't. Anyway, I spelled it correctly. I said, hello, my name is Kendra Crump. Gave him my government name, child. I said, hello, my name is Kendra Crump. I live in Atlanta. I want to have an all-day date with you, and before the street lights come on, because the freaks come out at night. And I know his little freaky self going to try to come out on me, child. I ain't got time for him to deflower me. Okay, I don't want him to deflower me. No, come on. What type of crap is, like, come on. I know this man's body count is, through the roof, child.
That's fine.
So listen, I'm manifesting that. It's gonna happen one day. And guess what?
Okay.
We gonna be on Instagram. We gonna be on Instagram together. Back to what I was saying. So, okay, we go from Boston to, you said Rhode Island. And did you say Baltimore? You said Baltimore, right?
Baltimore,
so we're still up north. At what point did you travel out to the West Coast at any point, or were you still like
up
north?
I never went to the West Coast. I'm afraid of earthquakes.
Okay, got it.
Now, the furthest west I moved to Nebraska for a year.
How did that go? Was it still the color the color of your wall, or?
I hated it. So I lived in Lincoln.
Okay.
In Lincoln, I never had a chance to go to Omaha. I've always been told Omaha is where I should have went at least to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
But I lived in Lincoln. Super snooty, super boring.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up going back to Baltimore, and then 2011 is when I moved to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
I was like, I'm going down south.
Did you? Yeah, down south. That's what. Okay. Anyway, I gotta focus. I try to get vulgar some here, and sometimes I get a little nasty, but I gotta be professional. I try to leave that on my little Instagram. Anyway. So let me ask you this question. Did you, along the way, have some really good friendships that you still keep in contact with, with the people, like, from these different states, like from Rhode Island and Baltimore and stuff?
So my best friends are from Boston and Baltimore. To this day, 20 years later, we're still friends. We're still ace boom coons.
Mm-hmm.
I go home. Usually, I try to go home twice a year. Sometimes I don't get to, but I try to go home twice a year and just kick it. Like, just kick it. Like, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Okay?
Just kick it.
So, yes. In my personal life, I have some lifelong friendships. In my industry life, child, fuck no. Hell to no, shorty. One thing.
Oh my God. Please tell. And I need your advice for me, because I'm actually trying to get into, put my foot in the door. I'm actually going after my dreams and everything else. And I realize, like, you have to have really tough and thick skin when you get in the industry. You got to realize that there are some people out there who don't want you to win. There's some people out there who they want you to sleep with them even before they decide to talk to you. And of course, I'm going to try to go the route of not having my hoo-ha looking like an Arby's sandwich. Anyway,
okay.
You know who some of these people are. Anyway, we're not going to say no names. But how do you actually genuinely know if somebody in the industry is for me, that I can know, versus someone who is plotting against me, or just anybody out there?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? When they call you and check on you when you have nothing going on.
Got it.
That's when you know they're for you. So in the industry, everybody's your friend for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that you find someone who's your friend to be your friend.
Got it.
So either you have access to something they want access to, you hang with someone or manage someone or work with someone who they want access to, or you're just the it factor for the moment and they want access to you. One thing, shout out to David Michael. David Michael is a wardrobe stylist I met when I first walked through the doors of Atlanta.
Got it.
And he said to me, and I'll never forget, to this day, I remember it, he said to me, you're only as relevant as the last person who you took a picture with.
I like that.
And I was like, what? But moving through the circuit in which you'll learn as you embark upon your journey in the industry. There's Hollywood and there's Black Hollywood. And in Black Hollywood, you literally are only as relevant as what you have going on at that moment.
Is that why there are a lot of entertainers, African American entertainers, who do publicity stunts so they can still stay relevant? They get on reality show where they're acting a fool so they can stay relevant, or try to make some type of relevancy about themselves.
So your publicist will teach you, or real publicist will teach you, there's no such thing as bad press.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though it may be for a bad reason, there's no such thing as bad press, because when they're talking about you, you don't worry. It's when they stop talking about you is when you have to worry.
Oh, really? I thought it would be like the opposite,
No, because if they're talking about you, you are relevant. The moment they stop talking about you, you're not relevant. They're going to stop checking for you, and then Checkers is going to stop checking for you.
Well, guess what? We can just go all work at Checkers. I don't know. Go ahead.
Hello?
I mean, because I think,
what?
You know what's so crazy, though? Because I would think, like, and that's why I would think as an entertainer, when you make it big, when you finally get that check, that's when you should have people in your corner teaching you, like, okay, in case, the money stops, you have investments so you can still be well off, and you're not sitting here trying to charge people an arm and a leg just to, have you for an interview. And I'm like, and it's crazy that people don't want to do that. It's crazy. I'm like, guys, it's okay. Like, all good things come to an end. Just listen, the airport is always hiring. Okay. Are you too good for a regular job?
Well, yes. So keep in mind, you get accustomed to a certain way of life. And it's very hard to get unaccustomed to that certain way of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why suicide amongst celebrities and personalities and influencers are so high. I
never realized. You're teaching me something, dude. Like I never realized that, because I've always wondered. I thought maybe the suicide, rate was high because, we're still human, and, we have depressive moments, and even when they say words don't hurt, they still hurt. Like there are some things that really like will still bother you, or some things that people will still bring up. It's like for example, I'm the type of person where I'm like, okay, after a couple days, all right, it's funny, but I don't want to hear about it no more. I'm sure Chris Brown does not want to keep hearing about the incident that happened going on 10, 15 years ago. Why do y'all keep bringing that up? And it's like, that was, you act like you've never had, we've all have had something that we've been ashamed about. Some things that we try to just, put in the back of our mind and don't want to talk about it or bring it up. So why do you keep talking about that? Same thing with this whole Will, Jada, August entanglement thing. I don't want to keep hearing about entanglement. Who cares? So that's why I'm saying, like, at some point, when are people just going to let it go?
Never. And here's why. Thanks to social media, we're now able to be in tune with our favorite celebrities 24/7. And one of the things you have to realize, most people, not all, I wouldn't say most, but a lot of people have nothing better to do than live through the lives of others.
Exactly.
That's why reality television is the multi-billion-dollar industry that it is.
And let me.
People want to sit and watch what we doing in Atlanta, because in their small city, there's nothing comparable to it. And that's what happened.
And let me ask you this question: was there ever a time that you actually had somebody from the reality TV people? Did they ever reach out to you to try to get you on television so you can act a fool?
You know what's funny? I've done a couple of, I guess you'll say, like appearances, but as far as being an actual cast member, child, no, I'm too controversial. I'm too controversial.
I got it. I know, like, because I've always wondered, because I remember when I'm going to call it what it is. They have a problem. Look, I can pull up on you. You're not going to probably show up outside, but I'll pull up on you. Lies in hip hop. I've always wondered when Lies in Hip Hop first came out. You know, we're talking about forget. I'm talking not the original where it actually was. I felt like it really wasn't scripted. We're talking about like Atlanta, and then of course eventually Hollywood. I wondered how do they just find these entertainers? Like, where do they find these people to get on the TV show? Because I never heard.
What happens is usually, imagine. I mean, you live in Atlanta, so you know what a casting call is. But imagine a casting call for celebrities. So what usually happens, I come up with the concept for a show. I hire the production team and the producers who I want to put this show together. Based on the market I'm putting it in, I want to know who's hot in that market.
Okay.
Then, based on who's hot or who was once hot in that market, I'm gonna start seeing who makes sense. So I may have a candidacy pool of, let's say, 50 people, but I know for a fact I'm only casting 10. 5 will be primary, and 5 will be
secondary,
right? So I'm going to put these 50 people through all these questions, these green screens. You know, I'm going to do some test shooting to see who fits what and watch it unfold.
Got it. And I believe I was listening to The Breakfast Club and Angela Yee. And I believe DJ Envy were just basically saying that, you know, what happens is they'll show you a video to get you all riled up. They'll show a video of somebody talking about you. And then, you know, I believe I read somewhere on the internet, and I cannot find the article to say, you know, I think maybe they took it down. But what they were saying that they'll purposely get people drunk because they know, and that's why the Bible says don't be in a drunken nature. You know, it's the reason why. So they get people drunk to all, you know, to alter their, you know, whole stance and everything to make them angry and stuff like that so they can be ready to fight.
Girl, forget that. We'll be on set. I ain't gonna say which show.
Of course.
We on set shooting. They didn't like how so-and-so walked through the door. You know, they made that bitch walk through the door 6 fucking times.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna say as well. That's why with the whole when I think it came out a couple of years ago, the whole Ray J challenge where his hat kept moving. I'm like, do y'all have lines that they make you say, or like you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like I was not aware. That's why I know for a fact reality TV show really isn't reality. Like there's still some things, like even when it comes down with Maury. And can you believe I used to want to be on Jerry Springer? I wanted to be on Jerry Springer.
I think we all did though.
Did you audition? Did you try to audition for it? What?
I did.
Did you get on?
No, of course not.
Oh man.
So reality television is, and hear me when I say this. Reality television is less reality and more the reality people want to see.
Got it. Because
me and you going to the grocery store, I'm not want to see that shit. But if we're gonna go to the grocery store and we're gonna happen to run into so and so who we don't like and start throwing Cheez-Its at a bitch, they may want to see that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Child, you know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you, because I've gotten so much into the word, and I'm all about positivity, and I'm so positive. Like when I speak, I'm really good with manifestation, you know. So I'm very positive. Like I've tried to on my you know YouTube mentions or whatever. I tried looking at like I think it's been something about Love and Hip Hop. I tried watching the first 5-10 minutes and my spirit just started like hurting. And I didn't think that was possible. I was like, man, I'm a changed person. Because I used to I wanted to be a basketball wife because I saw Shawnee on there. I'm like, oh, she looks fun. Evelyn, I want want to throw drinks at these girls and then go ahead and talk about it at dinner. Girl, that was a good hook shot. Where'd you learn that, Tybo? Girl, we should take Tybo so I can teach you how to do. I used to want to do that, but then again, you don't want to have that type of reputation to follow you. You know, that's why you have to be careful what you put out there online, because, you know, if people, I'm telling you, people, like I said, people are going to remember the negative about you. They're not going to remember the good. They're not going to remember the fact that you know, found the cure to cancer and saved their great grandmama. They're like, oh, now you remember when she was back in the school bus throwing neck. I'm saying, like, why does that matter? Why does that even matter? Okay, your mama was in the same back of the same bus. Okay, you really want to go there? Okay.
You know, people naturally as humans, we hold on to what leaves the most lasting impression on us. Mm-hmm. And what we learned through history is that, unfortunately, the negative has a longer lasting effect than the positive.
Of course.
And that's what we deal with.
What was something for you that you had to overcome, you know, growing up, that people would tease you about, or it was very negative and it really bothered you, but you finally just say, you know what, F those people, I am who I am?
I've always been the biggest, not just weight, but height. So tall, big.
Wait, how tall are you? Asking for a friend. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3". I have.
Go ahead now.
And back in the day, here you go, bitch. So back in the day, I had a horrible speech
impediment.
Bitch, I have a lisp. So I was just the poster child for trying to drag a bitch. Mm-hmm. But I've always been undercover ratchet. So I would beat a bitch up. You say something wrong, I'm fighting. Did you think about like being a bodyguard? Did you ever try that? I want a street fight, bitch. Fuck that shit. Ain't no reason but and I'm talking, Kendra, oh my gosh, high school, I was consistently, I had to fight because I was gay at a time when gay was the minority.
Got it.
I was gay at a time when homosexuality was a disease and it was inhumane and it was the poster child for AIDS and no one understood it and it was, oh my gosh, no. So, big black speech impediment, lisp, and gay. Ooh, child.
There's a lot going on.
They said 3 strikes and you out. I'm at about 16 and a half, bitch.
That is,
so,
wow.
You know, I had to fight for everything. And I feel that is what made me who I am. Because my level of endurance, Kendra, when I first got into the industry, I was told no for everything. I'm talking about I couldn't even do radio because I was in Baltimore. I'll tell you a quick story. In Baltimore, I did my test, my on-air test for radio.
Yeah.
And they told me I spoke too proper because I was like, "Good morning, Baltimore." But you know, if you live there, you be like, "What up, Baltimore?" That's not how it's spelled. It's not spelled like that. So let's try again. But I was told no. So what happened was, once I got tired of being told no, Kendra, I started my own platform. So that's where the whole Diamond Kesawn Presents platform came from, was because I was told no.
Wait, what happened to Mimi? Did Mimi just vanish, or where did Mimi go?
Mimi stayed in Boston.
Okay. And was Mimi like your alter ego?
Mimi was my shield.
Okay.
Mimi protected me from having to be Kesawn because Kesawn is very vulnerable. So Mimi was that out and about, put on that face, I'm here, hey, what's going on? You know, so when I entered the industry, Diamond Kesawn was born because diamonds are what? A girl's best friend.
It is.
So my name literally stands for a girl's best friend, Kesawn.
And you know what? That's why I'm saying, like, you can't. I don't see the issue when it comes with the people in the industry. Like, how could they hate on you? But then again, it's a it's something within themselves.
Kendra, you understand? We all fight in the same fight. Like it is like we're fighting the same fight because it's always, and I won't use the word competition because I don't claim that, but it's always a truth of who's hot, who's not. I mean, you know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna win the award, who's not, who had the best performance, who has the hottest Instagram account, who was at the hottest party, who got on the hottest outfit.
This is just too much.
True.
Why? I mean, but this is like remember when I mentioned earlier about Walmart and I said it's the 13th grade level of high school. It seems like the industry is like it's high school. It's like, at what point are you guys gonna grow up? Like, I don't need to have no type of cliques. I can be like, to me it's like it's like there's just something that's just wrong with y'all. Like, you know, I don't know. Even when I look at the shade room, and a lot of 90, it seems like 90% of the shade room's negative. It seems like it's just about this person fighting with this person. That's a public. I'm like, guys, come on now. But you know what?
So I'm the
makes sense.
Of Rainbow Affair magazine.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about that. So how do we get to that?
I refuse to turn into no names what other platforms have turned into. Like,
of course.
I refuse to accept that I have to put someone's bad business out there for likes and views. So
that's how I am as well.
Granted, don't get it twisted, bitch. I'll spill some tea every now and then. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm gonna spill a little kettle, bitch. But I'm going to entertain you in a positive light. I want to celebrate what it is you're doing, your music, your artistry, your films, your production. I'm going to celebrate you because I want to show people that positivity still has a place in the environment, in the industry as a whole. And
you're doing well because of that. You know what? I was going to say, that's why I'm saying when this is how I believe. When you actually do the works of the Lord, when you decide to do something that's different than everybody else, God really will come and bless you for that. You know, because you're deciding to be, you're a leader. You are Moses. If you think about it, you are Moses.
Girl.
You know, you're the leader and not the follower. And that to me is what makes you stand out, you know, amongst everyone. It's like the same thing. People complain about Chick-fil-A being closed on Sundays, but guess what? Chick-fil-A makes more money than McDonald's. They make more money than Popeyes, and these places are open 7 days a week because they decide to give, honor the Lord, say whether it be Saturday or Sunday, depending if you're a 7-day Adventist or not. But I'm just saying, like, to take that one day off of rest, the Sabbath, and that's what people fail to realize. It all comes back. I'm telling you, man, when you. And this is to anyone else listening. I meant to say Blackout Tuesday. So anyone else out here listening on Blackout Tuesdays, when you actually do the works of the Lord, He really will come back and help you out with that. He really, and and this is something I realize about God as well. When He sees you really trying hard, He's gonna give you that extra push. Let me ask you this, because we do have to go ahead and kind of wrap it up, because my phone is gonna be like shutting off, and I don't. This is too good. I'm gonna have to bring you back next time, and I'm serious. When did you know for a fact that you made it? Like, you're like, yes, because I do know that you. And guys, just a little recap. How I ended up meeting Diamond this is Turk's manager, Hot Boy Turk, one of the best out of the group. You didn't hear that from me anyway. So with that being said, when did you know that you made it? Like, when did you say, okay, God, I see you, thank you?
Okay, those are two different questions now. Now, when did I say, God, I see you, thank you? It was when I started to do things I dreamed about doing.
Got it.
When my dreams became my everyday, when my circle got to the point that, I kid you not, I won't watch certain shows because my friends are on them. So when my circle got to the point where all the hardest shows on television I wasn't watching because my friends, my real friends, who I'm calling like girl what's up, boy what's up, wasn't, that's when I was like, oh God, you showing out. Oh, fill this my cup till it runneth over. When did I know I made it?
Uh-huh.
When it happens, I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, I thought you. No, the reason I thought that you made it was because like you're working with, you know.
But yo, you gotta understand one of the things, and you know this because you are a self-motivated person. Every day you try to outdo yourself from your previous day. So I made it really doesn't come till it comes, if that makes sense. Because the grind never stops.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I do.
Grind, like my I made it will be when I can do what Janet Jackson do and travel all year long and not care about nothing.
I got it. You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, we grind because, especially for us, because, and you know this, the consumer base has such a short attention span that if you get too comfortable, you're liable to lose everything.
Got it. That's true. That's true.
So if I say and you know, I can name some people, child, but if one thing you'll notice, people who feel like they made it and get comfortable, they lose it, and somebody else comes and snatches that crown.
That is true. That is very, very true.
And then they pop up pregnant.
Wait. Okay, you know, on that note, we're gonna have to end that. On that note, listen. I please, I want you first. I want you to shout out, give your social media, any books that you have out. I want you to I need you to spam yourself right now. Go ahead, spam yourself.
Listen, guys. Hey, baby, what's up? So you can follow me on all platforms across the board. Diamond Kesawn. It's Diamond like the diamond. Kesawn. Kes as in Sam. AWN. DiamondKesawn.com. Rainbow Affair. RAYNBOW Affair.com. Rainbow Affair Magazine on Instagram. Google me. Diamond Kesawn. It all pops up, baby. And make sure y'all stay in tune. And one thing I will say to you all, first of all, shout out to you all for supporting Kendra and being in tune with her journey. It's so critical to have people that are there for you when you're starting out on your journey. So kudos to you all for that. And secondly, whatever you want to do, don't let no one stop you. And I know people say it and it's so cliche, but take it from me. Take those no's and figure out how you can make them into a yes for you. And it may not come overnight, but you can do it. And listen, if you got questions, baby, I got answers. And if I ain't got answers, I know somebody who do, bitch. So send me a DM. Yeah, I got you. So it's Diamond Kesawn, all platforms.
Oh God, yo, I'm serious. I'm bringing Diamond back. I'm serious. This is over here. You got me. I had a good laugh today. I had a great laugh. But yes, guys, so we are signing out on this Blackout Tuesday. Just remember, whatever you want to do in life, you can be great at it. If you want to be a pimp, you put Bishop Don Juan to shame. If you want to be if you want to be a drug dealer, you put Pablo Escobar to shame. All right, hallelujah. All right, guys, we are signing out.